Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, with another hashtag Love Summer Art project, and today it is a simple card that you can make in a couple minutes. I'm using some stamps from Simon Says Stamp. I just got these in the mail the other day. Well, I got these in the mail the other day, and I got these last month, and they kind of go together. And so the first thing you need to do is get a half sheet of cardstock, regular cardstock, nothing fancy. Here I have it here, and it is scored in the middle. And what you're going to do is, they also release this die cut that they sent me. See that? It's kind of like a stitched wave, and everything stitched is like super popular right now. So little trend spotting there. I guess it's been popular for quite a while, but man, it's just not dying. So I'm embracing it. I'm gonna go for it. And what I did was I also cut this die cut from a scrap of cardstock so I could make a mask. Now really probably typing paper would have been better, but I had this right by my cutting machine, so I went with it. Yes, I did, folks. And I'm just gonna kind of figure out where I want that to be, where I want the bottom of my card to be, what's going to be the water, and I'm just laying my mask down there, and you could tape it down if you're nervous about that sort of thing. I am not. And then I am going to ink up my stamp with a couple different kinds of ink. I'm actually going to clean it off first. So if you've used like, if you're going to do a two-step stamp or two-color stamping like I am, you want to make sure that your stamp is clean when you begin. Otherwise, you're going to have some contamination on your lighter ink pad. So I'm just going to wipe that off just in case, and just kind of, I'll stamp it here on my paper just to dry it. And then I'm going to use some yellow, and this is Lawn Fawn Sunflower. Use whatever dye ink you have. I prefer dye over pigment most of the time. I know I'm in the minority, but I do. And then I am going to kind of rock the this orange, which is Sunkissed, one of the new Simon Says Stamp colors. And I am just kind of, I got the edges. See how the edges are darker? And this is really meant to stamp off the edge, but since I'm masking the bottom, I'm gonna stamp it so that flat part is kind of where the waves would be, so I get more of a full sunshine there. And I'm gonna push it down really hard and give a chance for the ink to transfer. And the reason I have to push down kind of hard is because I made my mask out of cardstock, and I've got to kind of jump that gap a little bit. We're jumping the shark, just like the fawns. Yes, we are. There we go. Let's see how we did. There's a little bit of a gap, but it's going to be covered by our die cut, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, now we're going to glue our die cut down. I think because my stamp wasn't completely dry, I got a little more speckly pointillism looking there, and here it's a little bit smoother. It does smooth out as you go because it's the type of ink it is. Apologies for that really loud noise a second ago. I paused it because I heard the water pump go on. There is laundry being done upstairs, and just those weekend noises I can't avoid here in the studio. So what I'm going to do here now is glue down my die cut. I'm using this just little fine tip applicator with Mod Podge in it. Nothing real fancy. You could use whatever you like to glue down little die cuts. I think this is just a really easy, affordable way to do it. And I'm just going to try to put it, well, right side up would be good. And just try to kind of line it up so it covers the little gap from where, you know, the stamp didn't really contact the paper. Very forgiving. And if it hangs over a little bit because I didn't cut my paper exactly perfectly, I'll just trim that off afterwards. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stamping down here, and I'm going to stamp You Make Me Smile, and I'm going to do the smile in High Dive ink. It's this beautiful turquoise color. They come out with so many pretty inks. It's like just like a smorgasbord of lovely colors all the time. I don't know if there's reinkers available for this. It seems like a lot of the newer stamp companies don't offer reinkers because they change over their colors every year, it seems like, to kind of go on with trends a little bit. This looks a lot like turquoises from other companies, so I would just use what you have. And if you are in the mood for a new ink pad, these are pretty nice. Alright, and then I'm going to stamp the You Make Me with the orange ink up in the sky. I'm an awful klutz today. I've had a little too much coffee. I tend to on the weekends because I drink my normal mini coffee maker thing of coffee, which is 2 of my mugs, or 5 regular size cups, and then I usually make a second pot for my husband, and then I end up drinking half of that pot as well. So there you go. Okay, and now what I want to do is add a little more color. So I'm going to use my mask that I made. I'm going to use the other half of it. I'm going to lay that right over the top of my paper. And I am going to use my blending tool, and I prefer the color dusters, but you could use the, you know, sponges or whatever you like. Doesn't matter, a bit, get the look you're going for. I like the color dusters because I feel like I can control my blend a lot easier that way. And you take your time. I'm just kind of rushing a little bit, and I'm going to give a little spritz of this spray ink. I'm going to go from a little bit of a distance. And I want some big splotches, so... Ooh, that was a good one that landed on my paper. And then I'm going to do this, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. I love the way that looks, don't you? It looks like a misty ocean. And then I'm going to add some yellow to the top by putting this back down again. Actually, you know what? I have some self-control. I don't need to put that in there. I'm just going to set this here and do my yellow. I think I can hear the kids about ready to stampede down. Hold on a moment. Okay, and we're continuing to ink. I'm just using my color duster just to get along the top edge and sides, just to kind of make it a little more finished off, since we aren't using any pattern paper or anything here on the front. It's just very simple. And that's how you do the card. And now I wanted to make an envelope to go with it, because I like to, because if I don't make an envelope now, it's just not happening, and this card is going to sit in my box on my shelf and never be used. So we're going to just go ahead and get that envelope done while we're at it. I'm going to move all this out of the way, and I'm going to use my envelope punch board. And you can use whatever envelope template you have, but I'll show you this just in case you've never seen these before. I can't imagine, but that could be the case. And I looked here for an A2 card. I needed an 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 piece of paper. And then it tells you where to score it, which is 3 3/4. So what you do is you line up your paper, and there is a new version of this board out that has a longer extending arm, and then like recipes for making all sorts of other things, boxes and bows. So if you don't have one yet, I would look for the new improved version, but I don't think you need the new improved version if you already have this one, because you can do everything with the old board. Anyway, you just need to find like the recipes online. But if you are looking to buy one, I'd probably go for the new one, unless you get an incredible deal on this old one, which I have seen some for like 10 bucks, but I think they're probably all mostly snagged up by now. And there you've got your envelope, and actually you can just get the notcher tool now, which that's what I would have done, but they didn't have those when I got this. And there we've got this easy little envelope, and I'm going to tell you what I do with the scraps, because I think it's a really good tip. Let me just close this up and adhere it with my adhesive. This is probably overkill for an envelope, but that's what I have, and I'm going to use it. Okay, so then the inside of the card, I like to use my leftover scraps whenever I make an envelope. And here they are. And what I'm going to do, as soon as I find my card, is what I like to do is actually make a pocket. And so what I'll do is adhere this on 3 sides. So then if you decide you want to do a gift card, you have a place for it. But also, if you want to put a little note in there instead of writing on the card, then your recipient can reuse your card. And, you know, the love keeps on going. Okay, so I just stuck that down. That was really strong adhesive, and I totally put it on crooked. So what I'm going to do is just trim it off. I got some kids scissors at Walmart. They had these big back to school sales, and oh look, I'm shaking because of the coffee. And my scissors keep disappearing down here since my daughters have been using my craft area. And then I would just stick on the scrap like that, and you can do a little inking and stamping on it if you want to. But it's a nice, this is also a little place that you can write on. And hey, those little scraps would have to be sorted and put away or thrown away otherwise, so why not use them? And there you go, a very quick card and envelope. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you check out the other #LovesummerArt projects on YouTube this weekend. There's a lot of people participating, and it is a lot of fun. I'll put the links to the stuff I used in the video description, so go check it out at Salmon Says Stamp. And thanks so much for watching. Till next time, happy crafting, and don't forget to leave me a thumbs up because I do love it so. Bye-bye.